in today's age, this fucking thing right here, guys, we live in a time where we literally have endless amount of knowledge and access to the world in the palm of our hands, okay? And with the great ability that we have with that technology, there are a lot of downsides with this, okay? And one of the big downsides of this comes to dating. What's up, Brodies? Welcome to the Bourbon Effect. My name is Tunji, and you already know what it is, so let's talk. Yo, if you have not already hit that subscribe button, please hit that subscribe button. We are almost at 1,000 subscribers. Y'all, we're almost there. Literally less than 60 subscribers that we need to get to 1,000, which is the mark I've been trying to get to for a year now. It's gonna be a year that I've been on YouTube in October. So hopefully I can get to 1,000 subscribers before then. I'm pretty confident that we will, but regardless, still just want to remind you guys and also hit that notification bell so you know every time that I post. But let's get right into it. Brodies, today I'm going to be telling you why ignoring women will attract more women. Now, I know initially when you're hearing the statement, it sounds very contradicting, okay? Which, yeah, it really is contradicting. But this is something that I learned as I was attracting more women and getting older. There's a certain way that you move as an attractive man. Now, I want to preface off by stating this because, you know, sometimes you got to state the obvious for some people. This only works if you are above average in looks. I'm just going to be realistic with you. I ain't going to waste your time. Now, I'm not saying this is all of the time, but majority of the time, this is only going to work if you are objectively, generally more handsome than a lot of other men. Because at the end of the day, when you're an average dude, you're already getting ignored, okay? You're already getting ignored, and you ignoring a woman who doesn't even know that you exist doesn't really work all that well.
Are you saying I'm not a handsome guy?
Okay, so I just want to preface off by stating that if you haven't gotten there yet, it's all good, Brody. I mean, at the end of the day, we were all there. Doesn't mean you can't get there. I was at that point where women weren't paying any attention to me and shit like that. So you just put in the fucking work. Once you put in the work, you'll be on this side, you know, the good side. All right, so just want to start off by saying that. I'm gonna give a disclaimer at the end of the video too, okay? But I will say that in today's age, I'm going to expound for you guys exactly how much attention women get. That way you can understand a little bit more on why ignoring women will inevitably attract more women for yourself. Okay, guys, before, let's say the early 2000s, when we didn't have too many phones, like technology and all that shit, before you would only have to worry about competing with the men within your vicinity, your state, town, whatever, okay? So the people that you were mainly competing with as far as men trying to get with women, it was mostly the guys within your vicinity. Makes sense, right? So obviously the competition wasn't as much. Dating wasn't as difficult because pretty much the women in your town, they weren't as picky because they only have a select guys to pick from. And if you were doing your thing, you was making money, you had your own place, you were above average in looks, had a good body, believe me, you were packing honeys. You were getting women on top of women, okay?
That was some next level type shit.
But in today's age, this fucking thing right here, guys, we live in a time where we literally have endless amount of knowledge and access to the world in the palm of our hands, okay? And with the great ability that we have with that technology, there are a lot of downsides with this, okay? And one of the big downsides of this comes to dating. Guys, understand that before you only had to worry about the people within your vicinity. Now, you have to worry about people all around the fucking world, okay? Understand that women Now that they have phones and they have access to people all around the world, to men all around the world, all the guys who are within their vicinity, if they don't match up to a guy who has a certain amount of status, looks, all that shit that they're typically looking for within their town, they're gonna find it in a guy who's probably in another state, in another country, in another continent. They have that access to their phones, guys. So now, on top of that, even if you're average in looks when it comes to women or above average, you're still getting a lot of attention and you have a lot of access to a lot of men. And understand, this is also the era where we have probably the highest amount of simps that we have ever had. Fucking goobers, fucking weasels, okay? Who are so, women deficient. They don't have any woman in their lives. The moment that they get attention from a woman, my wife, I want to love you. Let me take you to Nobu. I want to buy you roses because you are beautiful. Roses are red, violets are blue. You like me, but I love you. Fucking goobers, bro. Fucking goobers. And so when women are getting so much of this attention, it starts to do something to the noggin, right? It starts to do something, right? To where they're getting so much of this attention. So even if a guy who is within their dating range, let's say she's a 7, he's a 7, this woman is getting so much attention that the guy who is within her range to date, she won't be satisfied with him because of the amount of attention that she is getting online. That's why whenever you see like guys talking about, would you delete your Instagram for me and shit like that? A lot of women, if they ask, would you choose your relationship or Instagram? You see a lot of women choose Instagram because that amount of dopamine hit that they get from the attention that they get from men is crazy. It's wild. Guys, I think you've seen some videos on YouTube where women are on a dating app and they're still getting so many likes. Even if a girl's overweight, still getting so many fucking likes. That is the era that we are living in right now, guys. To where they have access to men all around the world. So you don't only have to worry about the men within your vicinity, in your state, or even your fucking country. You gotta worry about men all around the world, because be sure women are getting flued out all the fucking time. It's not even a new thing anymore. It's just a thing. To where if the guy really likes them, they'll fly him out. And sometimes them dudes don't even be getting the cheeks. But that's for a whole nother story. Okay? So that is why whenever it comes to the amount of attention women get, it's fucking ridiculous. And that's gonna lead me to my points of why ignoring women will pretty much attract more women for yourself. I had to expound on that first part so you really get the emphasis on why ignoring women is important, okay? And even before I even get into that, it's gotten to the point where women get so much attention to where they actually start to complain about the attention that they get. Me as a realistic, realistic person and logical person, I've understood that now that I've gotten to a certain point in my life when it comes to looks, that I'm going to be getting a lot of attention. And over the years, I've learned whether I like it or not, I'm going to get a lot of attention. I'm going to get a lot of stares. I'm going to get a lot of people looking at me, even when I'm not quite in that mood to be looked at or even gazed at. There's just a certain amount of logic that you have to come with when you're blessed with certain looks. That's just like, women are be like, sometimes I just wish guys would stop staring at me, blah, blah, blah. That's like me being like, oh God, why did you bless me as a sexy ass nigga? Why did you make this chocolate dark sexy ass nigga look so? Why did you make me look so good, Jesus? So why did you make me look? You see how fucking stupid that sounds? How about you just take in the good with the bad? It's that simple. So that's why when I hear women complain about getting stared at and all that shit, like, I understand at some points it can be creepy, you know, just like I've had my moments as well too. But these are just the realistic things that you have to understand when you get to a certain category of looks and when you're above average. So that leads me to my point. When you are ignoring women, you have to understand that women are getting so much fucking attention that the absence of a certain person's attention and a certain person's gaze catches them off guard, and they notice it more than the guys who are drooling over them. This happens to me all the time at the gym. It happens to me every day at the gym. There are certain women at the gym who will come in there. They look good. I'm not gonna cap. They look good. They look fine as fuck. But I know what I am there for. And at the end of the day, I've bagged so many attractive chicks that it doesn't even faze me anymore when I see beautiful women. Yeah, I might, might get the testosterone pumping when I'm in the gym. Yeah, that might motivate me a little bit more. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to entertain the fact of, going up to every single girl I find attractive, because I already know these women, a lot of them, their mindset is on such a pedestal that they kind of view men as peasants sometimes. Like, we're a fan. He a fan. Like, we're a fan. They're the celebrity and we're the fans, and we're just here for their show. That's kind of the aura that a lot of women exude when I see them, at the gym and stuff like that. I understand women sometimes don't want to be bothered at the gym. That's why I don't even talk to women at the gym. But you have to understand that with all these other guys who are looking at this woman, right? There's just going to be this guy who they might find attractive or who's objectively attractive, who doesn't even look at them once. And then they're going to be thinking in the back of their mind, who the fuck is this guy? I know all these other guys are looking at me. Believe me, when you're looking at a woman, she sees you looking at her. Believe me when I say this. They just play oblivious. They pretend like they don't know because they don't want to entertain it, or they don't want you to feel like, they're giving you some type of pass to come and talk to them. They just pretend like they don't see it. I know, because I do the same thing when I go to the gym. So when you are that one, I'm telling you, as a person who gets a lot of attention, the person who gives you no attention whatsoever is the person that kind of catches your eye a little bit more. All right. And I've learned this over the years, that once I discovered the type of woman that I can attract and the woman that I've had in my past, I already knew, like, hey, I don't even need to talk to this girl, because realistically, I've probably been with chicks who are better than her. So I'm not proving anything to myself. What's the point? And they notice this, and now it starts to pique their interest. What is it about this guy? Because I know I look good. These other men are drooling over me, so I definitely know I'm looking good. Why isn't he looking at me? What is it about him? Is he in a relationship? Is he gay? Is he married? Their mind just starts to fucking scramble. They don't know what to think. And so it gives you that edge of mystery where they don't really know anything about you, because you don't talk to anybody at the gym. You don't look at anybody at the gym. And you want to know a good little bonus. I told you I was going to give you a disclaimer at the end of the video, but I'll give it to you now. If you are still here, you're a real one. All right. When women are walking past you, trying to get your attention, sometimes other women see these women doing that. They will look at you when they see other women passing you by to see if you're checking those women out. Women are very interesting creatures. How did I notice this and how did I figure this out? Honestly, I'm just very aware of my surroundings, and I see so many things, I just don't say anything. I remember there was this one girl throwing these choosing signals at me, as far as, trying to walk past me back and forth. And I remember there's this one other cute girl that was in the gym, seeing this girl walk past me, was doing the lost and found method, looking around. And the other girl was looking at me because the girl, her butt was literally facing my direction. And she was looking at me to see if I was looking at her, checking her out. I just kept looking straight. Not because I felt like she was looking at me, but just because I knew exactly what that other chick was doing, and I didn't want to give it any, and I didn't want to pay it any mind. essentially. So when you are not paying women attention, because they're so used to getting attention and they're so used to getting looked at and stared at, as much as they complain that they don't like it, women love it, they revel in it. And I'm not gonna say every single woman, but in general, yes, women love attention. And so when you're that one guy who doesn't give them that very thing that they always get from men, it adds that sense of mystery. It gives you that edge. And you have that over other men, which is why I always tell you guys, just go in the gym, do your thing, and get the fuck out of there. Let that shit build up. Unless it's somebody that you really find attractive, allow that shit. A woman that you really find attractive, that you're just like, man, I really need to speak to this girl, then go ahead, man, do your thing. Nobody's telling you not to, but just understand that, you know, there's some women out there who just be making shit awkward. Some women out there just try to bait you just to come and talk to them because they want to get that validation. They might not even want to really talk to you all like that. They just want you to come up to them to give them the validation and then move on with it. Probably just oh yeah, I'm not interested, or act all weird or awkward. Now every time you go to the gym, now she acting awkward when it really wasn't all that awkward. That's the type of woman that I hate when you go to the gym. This hasn't happened to me in a long time, but there's just some women who just make shit awkward. If I come up to you and I talk to you and I'm trying to like get to know you, or, you know, say what's up, don't make it awkward. Be like, oh, I'm in a relationship, I'm married, I'm this, I'm that, and then keep it pushing. That's it. There's some woman, you'll come back in the gym the next day or something like that. Now she's purposely trying to move her shit or move to another part of the gym because she think you following her or some shit. Like it's very weird and it's very narcissistic. But anyway, like I said, you know, when you are ignoring women, they tend to notice this more than the guys who are giving them all that attention and validation. And when you do this, you kind of got to let it simmer a little bit, okay? There's certain ways that you can approach this method of just ignoring women. Eventually, when you feel the time that you want to approach the woman, you know, you can play it subtle. Hey, what's your name? Nice to meet you. Yeah, what you working on? How long you been working out here? Blah, blah, blah. So what's that? And then be like, yeah, well, I guess I'll see you. Maybe I'll see you, you know, one next week in the gym or something like that. Keep it pushing. You don't even have to ask for her number right at that point. You got to let it simmer. You know, don't bite the bullet too fast. Let that shit simmer. Let it marinate. All right. Now, every time you see her in the gym, you just say, hey, what's up? Keep doing your thing. Keep walking past her like you ain't see her after the initial, hey, what's up? Just keep walking. Let that shit simmer. I can go more into detail about, you know, different methods like that in maybe a Patreon video or some shit like that, because that's some extra tea that I can give y'all. But, you know, we got to get to 1,000 subscribers first, okay? You know? So that's a method that actually works. And it indirectly kind of makes women respect you more because they look at you as a more focused, dedicated person. You went there to do something, and that's what you're doing. You're not letting anything distract you. And that honestly attracts women a lot because it just makes them feel in the, you know, in their sense that this guy must be very motivated, very driven, very focused, and stuff like that turns them on. Stuff like that, you know, attracts them. So even if that's not true or not, that's just indirectly, you know, what they tend to think in their head. Okay. And for the most part, it is true, you know, and I know this video wasn't even supposed to be that long. I don't know. I just, you know, I'd be talking sometimes, but I will go off to say there was this woman at the gym, right? And I remember this black woman, like this woman was fine. Like she got an ass on her, right? Big ass woman. I seen her. I was like, damn, like, you know, dark caramel skin. Anyway, at some point I seen her and I seen her looking at me a couple times. I was like, you know, I'm gonna go up to her and talk to her. I went up to her, introduced myself, asked her what she working on and stuff like that. Eventually I'm just like, yo, so yeah, let me get your, you know, your number or something like that. And then she tells me that she has a boyfriend and I'm like, oh, okay, damn. All right, well, I ain't going to intrude. I'm gonna let you do your thing. It was good talking to you, so. I go back and do my workout. I kid you guys not. After this happened, this was like a couple weeks ago. After this happened, almost every other black dude I seen in the gym talking to her. And I'm just like, I don't know if this is something that I just didn't notice at first, or I don't know. I just didn't notice it as much until after I started talking to her. But one thing that happened after that initial conversation that we had, I never said anything to her again. I never looked at her again, never even, grazed her or anything. That sounded weird, but you guys know what I mean. Never looked at her once, never even looked in her direction. Every time she was talking to a different dude or a dude was talking to her, I would always see her looking at me. I'd always see her glancing at me once or twice. After that initial conversation we had, I never said anything to her again, because at that point, I'm not trying to be your friend. I'm not trying to be a little buddy or anything like that. No disrespect to you. I'm pretty sure she's a great person, but I find you attractive. And if you're telling me that you are in a relationship, I don't want anything else with you. I don't want a friendship with you. We're not going to do this whole friend buddy thing. And that's the thing that I feel like a lot of these other guys or at the gym are doing. They keep talking to her and having a conversation. Meanwhile, this girl has a whole boyfriend. Maybe she don't. Maybe she lied to me. Who knows? I don't know. But the amount of black men that I've seen talk to this woman, and they just have whole conversations with her, and I'll just see her looking at me. She'll see me at a certain part of the gym, and she'll glance at me, look at me real quick. And then then the dude that she's talking to will look at, like, what is she looking at? And then they'll see me. And that's when the little hater ass energy be coming. Don't get me wrong, I got my brothers up in there, they be giving off, positive energy, but they're just some other dudes, niggas, who just hate on you, just for no reason. But there's that story. And if you want to stay a little bit longer, that's cool, because I'll tell you another story that happened at the gym as well too. You know how I really knew that I started to become that dude and really attractive? It's when I started attracting Asian women, okay? And I'm not saying that my looks are based off of validation of Asian women and anything like that, off my confidence or not. I'm not saying that. But as black men, we know typically Asian women don't really go for black men, at least in the US, not too often. They don't really look at us. Like if you go to like a foreign country like Japan or something like that, it may be a little bit different because you're more of a rare commodity over there, because they don't really see people of your color skin like that. But in the US, it's a little bit different, right? And there's this one Asian chick, right, who was in the gym. She never looks at me. I never look at her, but I know she see me. And I'm pretty sure she knows I see her, but I still don't glance at her whatsoever. Because for me, I already know that this woman, she's on such like a high, range. She's Asian. She got a nice body. She's fit. I already know guys are flocking her way. So I was just like, I don't need to be part of that. Y'all can do your thing. Yeah, she cute, but she don't need any of my attention. Y'all giving her everything she need. So she never glances my way. I kid you not, I was at the gym today. I was doing legs, and I'm telling you, your boy was glistening. I looked like God just took a fucking lamp and shined it on motherfucker. I was looking good. Sexy ass nigga, chocolate ass nigga. Look at me. I was glistening, all right? Doing legs. And today I was just sweating a lot, because legs, it always gets me sweating, right? And she was in the machine in front of me, and I just seen her just looking at me. Like I think this time around she got a closer look at me, and she was just like, I could tell in her mind, she was like, oh, like he looked pretty good. He looked pretty good. And then when I moved to another part of the gym, I could see her glancing at me. And then there's some other parts where I started to do my stretches before I left, and she was doing some with the kettlebells, and she started pretty much doing her workout, and she started to lean more towards my side. I think she was doing some, I don't know what it calls, but she was doing some kettlebell, like I don't know what the fucking thing is called, but either way, she was moving towards me, and she wasn't doing that before I went there. Before I started stretching and everything, she wasn't doing any of that. But all of a sudden, I put my mat there, started stretching. Now she coming close. Now I could see now she's starting to try to get my attention a little bit more, opposed to before, she just wasn't looking my way whatsoever. And you start to notice these little details, especially as you become more attractive to women, because now you start to see the little things that they do whenever they want your attention. And it's up to you whether you give them that attention or not. That's why when you don't give them the attention, you can tell that they want you even more because they want you to talk to them. It could be for different reasons, but either way, they want you to talk to them. So when you don't give them any attention, it just turns them on even more. You look more attractive to them. They have a little bit more respect for you. You look like you have integrity. And overall, it just makes you look like a fucking confident man. Okay? So at the end of the day, you will attract what you work for, and you will attract bitches if you look good, okay? Well, I'll just be honest with you, okay? But yeah, man, just do your own thing, man. The less you focus on women and focus on your goals, your priorities, your responsibilities, the more they will slowly start to flock to you, okay? Oh yeah, guys, something I also forgot to mention. When you ignore a woman long enough, if they find you attractive enough, eventually they're gonna come up to you, all right? Eventually they're gonna approach you, find some type of, way to find an excuse to talk to you, whether you be at gym, at the club, at a bar, social event. They'll find some way, and you know they're looking at you because you can see them with your peripheral. Once you've gotten so much attention, you can feel gazes from everywhere. Okay, so eventually that's one of the benefits of ignoring women. Sometimes you may see a woman who may find you attractive. You just kind of put into your mind, I don't really think I want to do anything right now. Maybe at some other point. But if this is like at a certain occasion where you may never see this person again, I kid you not, if she finds you attractive enough, she's going to find a way to talk to you or find some type of way in which she puts herself in your vicinity where she does something to where you can probably go up to her and talk because she's done enough choosing signals to you. So I did forget to mention that part, but like I said, ignoring a woman honestly is a great benefit to your game in the long run, because then it kind of shows you the women who are truly interested in you and who really just kind of want your attention at the end of the day. But yeah, I just wanted to add that in there. And anyway, man, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have not already, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know every time that I post. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers. You already know what it is. Bourbon Effect out. Peace out.